Tap that like button, slap that like button, press that like button, subscribe, and pass it on to a friend. Thank you, guys.
Now let's go talk about actual loadouts. So, as you can see in my loadout now, I am using recycling so that I can, while I'm doing my endurance, I can gather material. It's steel, so I get more steel. I'm using power base Nox for my 4% of health every 10 seconds. I'm using base MD so that he heals me while I'm walking on my base. I'm using Machinist Harper for trap durability. I'm using Frozen Castle for the snare. And then I'm using Lofty Architecture, which increases my building health. Basically, in this loadout, I'm not really trying to do any damage. I'm just trying to keep the structure as secure as possible so that way my wrench, his wrench goes 3 tiles more than anyone else. So he's taking health, he's taking healing me, he's taking trap durability, he's taking snare, and he's taking out building health all the way out to his last tile. So for me, this happens to work when I'm running endurance because it gives me everything I'm looking for. Now, if it was the old days when you got to actually do your loadout for trap damage, then I would be using her because as you can see, she increases my trap durability by 52.5%. I would then use supercharged traps, so it increases my trap damage by 8.5%. And then I would use Machinist Thora so that she electrifies my floors. And then I would use, I forget what her name is, she does base damage if they melee the wall. Feel the base so that way it does that boom tile radius. Frozen Castle for the snared structures, and then Mega Base to give me that extra tile. So this was my loadout religiously when I played on the old days, because Machinist Harper, back in the day, Machinist Harper not only gave you trap durability, but she also gave you more trap damage than they give you in this supercharged traps. She was the Miss Badass of all constructors and my all-time favorite. So when the game changed, I was very saddened that they nerfed her the way they did, because she was, aside from the decoy and the Rosie, I don't mind the decoy as much as the Rosie. I wish she would have had the bull rush. If she had the bull rush, the decoy, and the plasma, she would have been insane. So, but all the heroes have changed. So, and then I have my Power Base Nox, which basically is Mega Base Kyle, but a little different. He's for my really healing builds. So as you can see, he does 11% max health on the building. Then I'm using recycling. I use him for Frost Knight. And then Mega Base Kyle for an extra tile. Machinist Harper for the trap durability. Base Kyle for the 28% building health. MD base or base MD for the health again, and then I use hotfix so that I can build or repair the building faster. So in Frost Knight, you need to make sure that building gets re-healed quickly and you move on. So ninjas. I do like this girl for my sword. What I find with her, if you notice, she has melee critical hits, apply 30% snare and affliction, which deals 87% of damage dealt each second for 3 seconds. I'm using Totally Rockin' Out, so I'm getting my crit rating up by 160. I'm going to use Rapid Charge, so every melee elimination grants me more energy. I'm going to use Energy Siphon. Every elimination with energy damage restores 8.5% of my missing shield. I'm going to use energy damage Plasma Arc, which is Cyclops, so that he increases my energy damage and zaps. I'm going to use Fumble so that he'll fumble the football so I can pick it up and do melee attacks even stronger and faster. And then I'm going to use Battle Beat for the other side of my totally rocking out. Now, this is my loadout for my farm. If I just want to go farm, I use Blast from the Past. I use Syrian Claws. I use Syrian Focus, Fuel for the Fallen, Iron Knuckles, and Kinetic Punch. Basically, I can use her up to about a level 116 and never have to pull out my weapon. I can just basically punch everything, including the smashers and all. So if you guys don't want to use a weapon and just want to smash all day, this is a great loadout for that. And if you wanted to, you could even change and do different items in terms of, you know, others. But as you can see, I'm making it all about her punch. Anti-material charge, anti-material charge, and then Fuel for the Fallen is just so that that way it restores any energy that my Blast from the Past did not restore. And basically by punching them, I've found that punching them constitutes melee. So when it dies, you get that 6 energy for 3 seconds because it constitutes as a melee attack. So it gives you that energy. You don't have to do it with a sword. And then my all-time favorite Outlander, thanks to Junior, he made me aware that this guy who I used to really like to play was not as good as this guy. And so once I realized that he was exactly right and learned how to get the best loadout, now with the Happy Holidays, I can get to his shock tower a lot. So, and as you can see, I'm increasing his shock tower by 33%. I'm giving his shock tower 67% more impact. I'm increasing my teddy bear by 4 seconds. I'm doing Impossibility Matrix, which cools down my shock tower and my teddy by 10%. And then I'm using her to get my fragments. So it's just kind of like you just keep repeating it over and over. So he's not that he's invincible, but he's a really good hero, and the loadout is exceptional for doing lots of damage. So hope that helps you guys out for the loadouts. Any other questions? Just shoot them over to the channel. I also signed up for Discord. I'm still trying to figure out all the ins and outs of it, so I'll be able to communicate through Discord here shortly. So look for that. I'll tie that into my channel down below so that that way you guys can actually click on it and find your way over to the Discord. I just have to learn how to use it a bit better. I'm not real familiar with it. It's already downloaded on my PC and on my mobile device, so I've already gotten logged in and already set up my account and all, but I need to learn some more ins and outs of it. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. All of you who subscribed, oh my God, cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Every time you stop by, do me a favor, hit that like button, pass it on to a friend. You know, us YouTubers kind of count on that. Especially works for getting those numbers up. You know, it's all about an algorithm. So I thank you very much. Those of you who were new, who just came by to see the channel, hit that like button. You don't have to subscribe right now. It would be nice if you did, but just hit that like button and pass it on to a friend. And while you guys are at it, check out HK Music Experience at youtube.com for my original music and artwork. The drummer and I have been playing music for over 25 years, and we're basically just putting all of our music out there for the world to hear. So check it out when you get a chance. HK Music Experience at youtube.com. And everyone, have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.